How's it going, folks? And you're very welcome along to the Motorcycle Hour podcast, where we talk all things motorcycling. A quick shout out to our sponsors, Terence Healy Motorcycles Tullamore, your main Honda dealer for the Midlands. City Spares Motorcycling, Cherry Orchard Industrial Estate Dublin, your Honda and Suzuki agent. And motorcyclingtraining.ie, your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle training needs. Before we kick it off, we do want to give a reminder that this podcast is intended for audience of 18 years and older. So just remember this when deciding where and when you listen. How's it going, folks? And you're very welcome back to the Motorcycle Hour podcast. We are back with episode 56, and we are joined with somebody that I think needs no introduction whatsoever, but we're going to give her one anyway. It is the one and only Holly Dennis, an absolute superstar of all things Irish motorcycle racing, and especially with a focus on Enduro and stuff. Holly has taken, I suppose, Ireland and the UK by storm. She's an absolute trooper. We've been following your success for a good while, and we've been following you on your social media. We've got Holly's mum, Debbie, here. She said she's not going to say anything, but we might coax her in a while. We'll see. When she gets relaxed and she sees what the whole podcast is about, it'll be very straightforward. As ever, Grumpy McGee is up there. Young Charlie Riley's there as well, sucking out. What have you got there, Jav? Vape?
Vape, yeah.
You're off to cigarettes, buddy?
Yep.
You were in with the doctor?
Yep.
He put manners on you?
Yep. Fags have to go.
They have to go, do they?
Yeah.
Well, like, who would have thought smoking 60 fags a day would be bad for you? Like, you know what I mean? That's
But
news
sure,
to me.
don't
Like,
smoke 60, you loser.
you would on a good day.
No,
You would on a good day. You
Just
would on a good
I
day.
have to give them up now, that's it.
So
It's
you're on
either
the-
that or they're going to give me up.
Yeah, well, 110%. Yeah, well, look, we're all behind you and we give you full support, right? Holly Dennis, over to you. Welcome to the podcast for starters. How are you keeping?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you've had a fairly hectic couple of weeks. Was it last weekend you were over in Scotland?
The weekend before, I think.
The weekend before?
Yeah, it's been a busy season, good season, and yeah, it's brilliant. Like,
Yeah. Jeez, it's been it's kind of hectic. We want to talk a bit about how you got into the sport. Now, obviously, I've had a bit of a chat with both your parents, so obviously they've been a huge influence on you through your life and getting into racing and stuff like that. So take us back. Where did it all start? How did you get it? What was the first bike? When did you get into it?
so Dad used to race grass track and all down south, and then I saw him and the bikes. We've already been like around bikes, and then for Christmas I got a pink Pee-wee 50. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, I think I was 3 years old, and it kind of every weekend, like Dad was on the bike and seeing it, grew up around it, and yeah, it's just been all my life, like the bikes.
Bikes non-stop, yeah, Jesus. Not a bad way to be.
No,
Not a bad way to be.
absolutely not, no.
What was the story of my parents? Jesus Christ, I didn't get any Pee-wees. I would have even taken a pink one, to be
Dude, I
honest
got
with you.
Pee-wee all right, around the ear. Get out.
You deserve that now, to be fair. You deserve that.
Yeah.
So you started off, so your dad done a bit of grass track racing. Was he any good?
Oh, he was really good. Yeah, I still can't catch him in the grass at all. Can't
Are you
get near
serious?
him. His dad. He'd love to be as quick as him on the grass, but that'd be a big step.
Yeah. Well, look, he's getting old now. You know what I mean? Give him a couple of years and you'll catch him. There'll be no worries at all. So when did you start? So that was it from the age of 3. So when did you start kind of getting into it more competitively?
So like when I was 6, you can get your license. So I got my license, and we kind of did it. Like there was a few rounds a year, and we do it like a few weekends. And then in 2023, the insurance went down south. So like all my racing was gone. So we went up north for the first round of pro ride. Dad's like, we're going to come up here. We went to it, and it was just, it was so hard. But then we did it for all the 2023, did a 24, now 25 just gone out of hand. Like, it's just mad. Like.
Wow, it's mental, yeah. It's something we spoke about before on the podcast, and I'd say it was probably an eye-opener to a lot of lads. And this is in absolutely no way, shape or form a dig at any Irish road, rider of any discipline. But obviously, we've said it before on the podcast, because racing is such a big thing in the UK, and there is an awful lot of tracks and options and an awful lot more avenues open. It's a lot more accessible to people. So when it's more accessible, more people do it. And then it grows the talent over there, do you know?
Absolutely.
It does. It's
That's what it's about.
that's just the way it works. And say, I used to do a little bit of motocross racing and stuff myself. But I remember one year we went up I can't even remember the year. Say it was 2010 or something along the lines of that. But there was a round of the British motocross championship was held up in Desert Martin, up in Tyrone, and we thought we were good, and then we went up there, and it was just like Jesus. It was just a whole other level. So I can imagine you probably got a bit of an eye opener when you went up there as well.
Oh, even like going from south to north is different step than over to England. Like you think you're good here, you go over there and it's like, oh my God, I'm starting at the bottom again. Like it's just crazy over there. Like they're so lucky with the tracks and everything they have, like all the clubs. And then you come here, like it's a big shame that all the racing's gone down south. Hopefully it gets sorted though with the right people in it.
Yeah.
But like there's so much talent and it's like if we had the opportunities of other people, there'd be so much more coming from Ireland.
But see,
That
that's
is
the
very
thing.
true, yeah.
That's the thing, Holly. You're talking truth there. Like I mean, England, Northern Ireland, they all have the backing behind them and all.
Absolutely.
Down south here, it's a shame. I tell you,
It
the
is
truth,
the way it
it's a
is.
shame.
Yeah, definitely at the minute it is. It's heartbreaking stuff to
The
see it the
amount
way
of
it is.
say, I call them kids when they're young, 15. The amount of them that want to get out and do this type of thing, and just sure, where can they do it? There's nowhere for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, it's a thing, and people are probably blue in the face of hearing me saying this, but it's one little bone of contention I have, and we're coming up to that time of year, and wait till you see, you'll start hearing the ads on the telly and the news, warning parents not to get their kids dirt bikes and quads, and that is the wrong message to be sending. Do you know what I mean? It's so wrong.
Grand, I understand what you're saying. But I wouldn't buy my child one to ride around the road.
No,
right?
100%. But
Right? That's what's happening.
No, I agree, 100%.
Because there's nowhere for them to go.
No, I
Are
agree with you.
me?
No,
like
I
if
do.
I was buying my child one, right? If I had a child young enough,
Mm-hmm.
I'd want to be bringing them to the track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do it properly, yeah.
But where's the track?
Yeah,
There's none.
No, 100%.
Right. So the next thing is the big boys jumping the bottom. Oh, don't buy your kids one of them for Christmas, blah blah, because there's nowhere for them to go only out in the fucking. Oh, excuse me.
Stop cursing now.
Yeah, out
right?
in the lawns or
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I get you. No, I get you.
Are you with me?
But that's what I'm saying. Like with the ad, wouldn't it be an awful lot better to say, look, if your child has a genuine interest in motocross or enduro, and you do decide to support them with a bike, make sure you go to your local bike shop and buy them approved riding gear. Don't let them out on the bike without the price. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
But it just paints that picture. Parents are going, oh, sure, the guards are warning you not to get bikes. Do you know what I mean? So it is hard. But so you do it's mostly enduro riding you do.
Yeah, I do enduro. Like there's hard enduro, there's time cards, and there's sprints. So I'd in the north of Ireland, they're like those enduro, so 2-hour races, and then over in England, I did the SACU, their time cards, so you could be gone for 6 hours. Or like 3. It's like really dependent on the race. I did the first one I did in Lossiemouth, it was 6 hours on Saturday and 5.5 on Sunday, and that was a big eye opener. It was sand, and I think I rode sand once, and it was proper beach sand. And all these people are just coming over, and they're like from England, and they're just jumping everything. And I'm there, and I'm like, oh my God, if we had this at home, I'd be living.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Yeah, sand is a different ballgame. I remember, I think it was during COVID when there was nothing going on here. We were kind of doing a load of track days just on the dirt bikes and stuff, and then we went up to, I think it was McMilligan up the north, which is all sand. I think it was at McMilligan's all sand, was it? And oh my jez, man, sand is a different breed altogether.
I seen you up there that day. You were building little sandcastles when I went buying the back wheel. Whoop, you buy ya.
Oh my God, you wouldn't put a shopping trolley on the back wheel. You'd leave me alone. No, it's sand because it just tries to consume the bike. That's the hard part.
Yeah, it's like they have so much like different like tracks to ride there. Like there's sand, there's hard pack, they have quarries. Like we do have it here, but we're either not allowed on it. Like there's so many down south that are such good. Like there's Graham Vikers and there's loads down south. You're like looking in, you're driving by, you're like, I wish I could ride in there, but you can't because it's like closed down. There's no insurance, but hopefully it gets sorted next year. Like there's people hopefully coming in now, and it's just, I can't wait.
Absolutely. Look, as we had Stacey and stuff, which I know he is a good friend of Debbie's and stuff, and Paul and Mick and that, and I think, if it gets into the right hands.
Do you know herself, Deb? You do?
Yeah. Yeah, I told you he'd brown you into coming on.
I can't sit here and say no because I know she'll be listening.
That's the job, yeah.
Oh, she'd be really put out now if you said no. There's no comment there at
So
all.
Holly's mammy actually has a mouth. Go Gary. Fair play, Deb. Huh?
No, I
You
don't.
wish you hadn't asked me now because I won't shut up.
No, you'd be spot on. You'd be spot on.
On, won't be bothering you.
Yeah. You've an interesting background as well. You were saying you used to do a bit with, you used to not do a bit. You used to work for British Superbike or work within British Superbike.
Yeah, it was actually British Super Sport at the time. So it had been around sort of 2003. I got involved there with John Hackett and Phil Jessup.
Yeah.
So time that 749s were obviously new on the scene, and that's where my passion is really the roads.
The roads, yeah.
I love it.
Would she eventually go down that road, do you think?
I wouldn't steer her that way, but obviously if that's something that she wanted to do, I wouldn't say no. But I know Alan is not. He'd be dead against that.
Dead against,
you know?
yeah. Well, look, that's Daddy's little girl there. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
I know. That's the hard part of it. In fairness, yeah. Come here, getting back, I meant to ask you about this Enduro. Now, Enduro, I'm not even going to pretend I know anything about Enduro because I don't. I'd watch it and I won't necessarily say I follow it. I think it's because it's one of those things that there is so little of it here. It's probably a lot of people find it hard to keep up to date with what's going on and stuff, and it's probably definitely harder for younger people to get involved in it. But it's not something that I know a whole pile about. But like 5 hours. The fitness must be just unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it's not even like gym fitness, it'd be bike fitness. So it's like you either have to ride your bike, so like you'd be better at it, but it's just crazy. Like the hours people go for, like you'd be looking at Billy Bolt, Manny and all them like at the top of the game, and they ride like hard enduro for hours, and you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I'm wrecked looking at it. Like it's just
I don't that like obviously it's different than motocross. But I remember like doing motocross races after 8 laps, I was ready for a defibrillator. Like honest to God, I thought I was ghost like.
oh yeah, it's so different. Everyone's like, you wouldn't look fit, but you want to see like there's different people like looking at them. You're like they are like if you look at them on a bike, it's completely different fitness, and it's so hard to train like it. But like it's just crazy. Like up north, the tracks we have, like there's different. Like sand would be a lot like harder on the body, and like you have to like forest and this and that. Like it's just so many different ones, and you need different fitnesses for both of them. Like
yeah. And is there a lot of jumps in it? Like is it similar to motocross in that way? Like would there be?
So like there could be like banks you could be jumping out of, like hills you could
Step
be
ups and stuff like that, yeah.
like you kind of go like up forests and like quarries and all that. Like, they might build like one jump in it or something, like jumping out a bank or jumping off like rocks or something, but not really like to be like
not like tabletops and stuff like that.
no, you'd have to kind of like look for lines and like you'd be like, oh, I could jump that, I could double this, I could do this, but
okay.
you have to think about it. Like in motocross, it's like one line and either you jump it or you roll it, but in Enduro there could be like 10 different lines and like
10 different ways of approaching it, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
Well, then I'm out there. I'm time out for me.
Kickstarting the bike and have you ruled out, buddy. I might as well be honest with
No,
you.
I'd have the push button. Is yours push button?
No.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
I forget about that.
Forget about and I'd have to bring the 2-step ladder with me as well. Whoa.
100%, without a doubt. So, yeah, as you were saying, like, so it is obviously completely different. I know what you're saying. But then again, I suppose people realise, like, motocross, and not make it, like, motocross is extremely tough and stuff, but the track is graded. You're going places like this, a lot of this it's not a purpose-built track. It's a route through the natural, ground, I suppose. Would I be right in saying that?
Yeah, like the last one in Scotland I did, it was like you're just following arrows in the forest. So, like, you could be coming down fire roads, there might be tape, but, like, you are, like, relying on arrows, and if you take the wrong arrow, like I know I came onto the road and I was like, oh, I'm not meant to be here. I look over, the track's a different way, and I'm like, oh, you need to be like on the ball, like you're going for 22 miles and you're like,
Jesus.
Nobody's rode this, and like you'd be going down a hill, you don't know if it's a big drop, you don't know if there's rocks under the yoke, and it's just like you need to kind of remember that 22 miles, like there could be 10 obstacles, like you need to remember at every exact point. It's just your memory needs to be on point, and you need to be looking up, thinking, and it's just crazy, like.
Jesus Christ. So it's 20. So say on that one you're saying it's 22 miles. So is it just it's a route, like you do the 22 miles and that's it, or you do it a couple of times?
So we started at like the pit area and we went out and it was straight into a special test. So your special test is like where you'd be placed, and then you might have like an hour to do the whole loop. So you start at the pits, you go for like 22 miles in like a whole loop, and then you come back to the pits, let's say you leave at 10 and you have an hour to your whole lap, so you have to be back at the start of the pits at 11. So like it's just, you need to be looking at your time, looking at like it's like 22 miles or like something miles left. So like you're just kind of looking at your time, like I have to make it back. And
It sounds class. I'm going to be honest with you. You're preaching to the choir here. It sounds class. I think that's deadly.
oh, it is. Like we were going along and I had to like slow down a bit. I was like, you know what, you just stop and look at the views. You're like, oh, we're allowed to ride bikes here. Like I'm up here, I'm over in Scotland. We travel 10 hours just to go to some forest just to ride. Like it's
That
just
is class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is sad, like, to say in a way, like, you know, like Scotland, you know, geographically is very similar to Ireland. Like we could have, like I've done a lot of work in forestries and stuff, and you look at what's available here. If we could just tap into it, like it is absolutely class. Like,
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
You've Wicklow, you've
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
There's any
there's
amount of it.
Any amount, like
Any amount.
we are blessed that way. Like you could make some class enduro
For
tracks
sure,
here.
even some of the public roads, there's that much potholes and all in them. Like, I mean, you know yourself, it's scandalous. Like, you're paying insurance and tax and everything for
Oh, don't
what?
get him started. Here we go. Don't get. If he starts on about this now, we'll be on this for an hour. But yeah, it is. I suppose it is a pity. And then of course, it's obviously there's a big cost involved. I know your mum, Deb, and your dad. Obviously, there's a big cost. Debbie, in fairness, involved. I know you have some great sponsors on board, but it is obviously an expensive sport to be doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think every time now I go into the bank, the manager hides. Yeah, look, it's not possible without, you know, backing of some really good sponsors and, you know, different, that do different fundraisers and things for, you know, for Holly through the year. And, you know, like that, it's not just myself and Alan and Holly, it's all the sponsors, and it's a big army, really. You know, you need an army behind us, and that's the truth, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
I agree.
It is true.
And as we said time and time again in the podcast, and as I say, hopefully things are afoot, things are going to change. But there is no real back and financial from any sporting organisation in Ireland. You know what I mean? To help out the likes of for Holly, like, let's face it, like you have an absolutely a natural talent for this. Do you know what I mean? Like what you've achieved in a couple of years you've been doing it. Like you've only really been competitively doing it really since 2023, like, which is 2 years ago.
yeah, like we did in 2023. We did like I think it was like 9 rounds or something. So we were kind of at like a few weekends, and then last year it got better, and then this year it's just like every weekend, and even some weekdays I'll try to get home early and we go out on the bikes. It's just it's so like. I come home from school, I'd be sitting in school, I'm like, oh, can't wait to go home, like get out on the bike, can't wait to go racing, race over, can't wait next week. It's just like, and like now my season's coming to an end, I'm like, oh, I don't know what to be looking forward to now. It's like, can't wait to go practicing, but it's just crazy how it takes over your life. Like I was off it was on holidays, I wasn't allowed out on the bike the week before and the week of holidays, so the next day we got back, we were straight on the bikes, we were out racing. It's just, you're literally sitting there like, oh, like I'm relaxing on holidays, be like, can't wait to get out on the bike, can't wait to be out on the bike.
That's wicked, isn't it? So is that something you use, Debbie, then for barter and so instead of like most teenagers, you'd try to take their phone, is it take the bike off her?
Oh yes, leg hammer through the bike if you don't do this.
That's Alan, that's not me. And I have to say, the both of them before the holidays, because it happened to us before we were due to go somewhere. Alan had a really bad accident, and he actually upended himself quite badly, and we were going away. I was like, oh, never mind how he is. I said, get up, will you? Come on, we're going on holiday. But yeah, so that's the kind of rule of thumb now. And I can't, you know, like I'm into the horses and stuff. So, you know, if there's competitions for myself and that coming up there, then we kind of do try and put a little bit of a block on it or just calm it down before we're due to go anywhere, you know.
Yeah. So it does make sense, to be fair. It does, yeah. It's like before I got married, I used to do a couple of dirt biking over in Australia and stuff, and I think it was like the night, like maybe the weekend before we got married. I was, you know, she herself, my wife is Deborah as well, and she says, she just see me walking to the shed with all the motocross gear, and she's like, "Where are you going?" I says, "I'm going off on the dirt bike with the boys." She says, "We're getting married next Saturday." Yeah. What if you break a leg? Do you know what I mean? I couldn't see that. I was like, sure, it'd be grand. Don't be worrying about it. Lucky enough, I didn't break the fucking leg. Maybe I could have got out of it. Do you know what I mean? That was the first thing, you know? Could have been lucky escape. I know, that's terrible. What bike are you riding?
I'm on a Beta 125 2026. I got it a few weeks ago. I did my first race on it the weekend, and I had a new Beta 2 years ago, I think. And it served me well. I got another one on, me and Dad are both on betas, and oh my God, do we love them.
Are you serious? Yeah.
Oh, it's just, I love it so much. It's like, it like only took me 2 hours to get used to it, and I'm like, some people it takes them a year to get used to. And I was like, the first race, the first one I got new, I never rode it, took it to a race, and by the end of the race, I already was in love with it, and I was like, I don't want a different bike. I love that bike. Like, don't get me wrong, all bikes are brilliant, but I do love that one now.
That is phenomenal. And Beta Bikes, Clonmel Off-Road are the agent for Beta Bikes, are they?
Yeah, Clonmel Off-Road, Eddie there, he's dead on. He helps us a good bit, and he is dead on. Even the people in the factory, my CDI unit went, and the people in the factory got onto us and they sent us bits over, and it was just brilliant, the service they did. And it was like, God, you never get this anywhere. Like Giacomo and Stefano, they're dead on.
No way, that's class. Yeah, yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Great to have people like that, to be fair. And I just have to actually back up what you're saying. I don't know the guys in Clonmel Off-Road. I've never actually met them, but I've been aware of them, and I've ordered bits online down through the years when I used to be at it myself. But another guy, a friend of ours, Ross, who is beyond the podcast, I don't know if I've said this, if he wants this story public, but I'm saying it anyway. He's not here to defend himself. But anyway, Ross decided he wanted to go doing a bit of motocross. I've got a CRF 450 myself, and my young fella's got a 125. So, of course, Ross being Ross decided, I'll have a go at that. Never done it before, so he's like, let's do it. So, rather than riding my bike, no, he'll go and buy one. So, he went and he bought a 2008 Kawasaki KXF 450, right? Bought it up in Dublin off a few hills of goings, and brought it home, and I was like, now I went to look at the bike with him, do you know what I mean? But I had a quick look over and it started, and I was like, yeah, sure, it's grand. So anyway, bought the bike, brought it home, decided, right, we better service it, we better change the oil in it. So we took out the oil filter, and it was glistening, there was that much steel in it. So I started to investigate, and anyway, long story short, you've got the left and the right hand side of the crankcase. Both of them were wrecked, just completely wrecked. The guys tried to patch holes in it, and they drilled where they shouldn't have drilled, trying to thread bits and destroyed it. Anyway, I was thinking, how am I going to get a crankcase for this? Do you know what I mean? Like, where am I going to get one? Because obviously you can't buy them new. So I rang the guy in Clonmel Off-Road, and I got chatting to him. A sounder lad you wouldn't meet. You know, real genuinely helpful. You know when you speak to somebody on the phone, and you know, like, a lot of them just want to get you off the phone, but this was like really sound and a bit of crack. And he says to me, I'll have a look. And he rang me back. He says, I don't have one. He says, I'm after having a look. But he says, I'll give you a number for a fella. And I can't think of this guy's name. But he gave me a number for this fella. Rang him straight away. I have it. Sent it up. Paid him the whole job lot. Class. So big up to Clonmel Off-Road. Absolute legends, yeah. Yeah, deadly. And the Beta, it is true what you're saying though about the bikes. It's funny. When I was kind of doing most of the dirt biking, I had a 2008 Yamaha YZF 450. I absolutely loved it. I reckon it was the nicest dirt bike I ever had in my life. And then I was having a go at, I always tell this story, but we were trying to build a house at the time, myself and the wife, you know. We were after being refused planning permission 4 times. So I said, fuck it, I don't care. I says, I'm going to race the whole season. Like, there was still a race going on. I says, I'm going to do the whole racing for the year, and I'm going to treat myself. And I went out and I bought nearly a brand new YZF 450, a camper, the whole job lot. Get a phone call a week later off the architect. Great news, you're after getting planning. I says, I don't believe you. So let's just say I hadn't got the YZF 450 or the camper for too long. But I loved the 2008 one, and I couldn't take to the newer bike. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it is. Like, some like places and bikes, they like change all their engine, but I have to say, my last one and this one, it's like, oh, I love them so much. Like, there is like a few things different on my old one, but I have to say my new one, I do love it. Like, I've only been on it a few times, and even Dad was on it. I see Dad on it, and he's flying, and I'm like, oh my God.
That's fantastic, yeah. And it's a 2-stroke, 125 2-stroke, yeah. And then being, is it set up different than like an average motocross bike?
There'd be a few things like set different, like you run mooses and all that, and gearing would be different for hills and all that.
Okay.
The jetting would be different, so like it would take over more. But like, I think, I don't really know too much, but there'd be a few bits like different.
There's usually a bigger tank. I think some of them don't. They put a bigger petrol tank and stuff for it.
Yeah, some of them do. Depends like what races you're doing and whatnot.
Okay. And like, when you're like doing like in a typical enduro race, gear wise, is it the same you use? You know, just your body protector, boots, helmet, to the whole lot.
Yeah, I'd like, so you wear your boots, I've Alpine Stars steel boots. I love them. They're like, I love them. And then knee guards, they're brilliant. I wouldn't ride without knee guards. And then chest guards, we have Elite ones, and then you have your helmet. I have an Aero helmet, and it served me well. Goggles, you'd use whatever. Like Dad had old Oakleys, and I can't get off them. I love them. And then like this kind of mesh kit, like I have Leah, I have On the Pipe. Their kit's unbelievable. They would be one of my sponsors, and I love their kit.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it, like gloves and all that.
Have you got elbow protectors and all that sort of jazz on them?
I had elbow protectors on my kit, but I took them off. I couldn't move my arms as well, so I took them off. But
Holly, don't do it. Put them back on. I'm telling you, I can attest to it. I had a bad smash off a motocross bike in a track over in Kildare, and I had everything on me, including a neck brace, and I took me elbow pads off, and I put all the bones out through my elbow. So, and if I had just had them on, so just think long and hard. I know they are strict and they're annoying, but it's like, the first time you put on a pair of motocross boots, I bet you thought, how do you ride in these things?
Yeah, it takes you a while to like break them in. Like even if you have Alpine Stars and you have cities or like different brands, like it just takes you a bit to get used to them. Like you have to break them in. Like I know a few people that get new boots or like they'd like stand in hot water and move them around just so they'd free up a little bit.
Yeah,
like you have to give them like a month or two. Like my ones are broken in now, and it's just like putting your old boots on and putting new boots on. It's like
completely different.
Yeah.
And you need to be comfortable, especially when you're doing that enduro. Like, that sounds tough going now. I wasn't aware that it was kind of that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? But that sounds tough now, to be honest with you. Yeah. And is there much speed involved? Like you were saying, you were going through some like haul roads and forestry. So I presume a lot of that you're kind of as flat out as you can be.
Yeah, like sometimes, like when I was in Scotland, like I knew I had, like we were looking at times, and like I know I have a lot of time, so you try not to go too hard in the fire roads to save your tire, and sure you can slip off on fire roads as easy as like the track. So you kind of take your time on that, but like if you are pushing on time, like I was 6th gear pinned on like the roads, but
Really?
I was like I need to save that tire for the forest. But no, like it is like even Augsburg, one of the big races I love to be able to do, but you want to see the speed of them going down the roads and they can't see. It's just like I was watching GoPros and I was like, oh my God, they don't know what's in front of them. Like
That's mental.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It is. We had Eric Dalton on as well talking and stuff, and he was saying that about some of the stuff he was doing. Like, you're just going pinned, and whoever's in front, if you're too close to them with the dust, and you can't see where you're going. That must be fucking terrifying. And then there's obviously always So what happens if you take
I wouldn't
a
have
wrong
that
turn?
problem, Bren,
Why is that, bud?
because they'd be all behind
Oh,
the Chavi out in front.
You'll be still in the paddock trying to get onto the bike. That's a start. So when you're on the track as such, like, so say when you're on the other parts of the track, is it a lot of first gear, second gear? Is there parts of it that's like really like that you could sink in it? You know what I mean? Is it kind of that kind of ground, or would you be moving all the time?
so, like you can be like, it depends if you're like what track it is. Like I know a few of them would have bogs, but like yeah, like in Scotland there was a bog part, so like you'd have to be going quick. Sure, I went slow. Sure, got stuck in it. It's like, oh, you need to go quick. Sure, like it's like so deep. But like you see, like if you're pushing for time, like you want to see like the likes of Jordan Scott, Reece Gazzard, Barry Donaghy up north. You want to see the pace that I'm going through the forest. You're like, oh my God, you're standing there. You're like, God, I wish I was.
Yeah.
You're just looking and like they'd be hitting this spot and it's like they'd be jumping there. Like it depends on your ability, depends on the track, and like depends on conditions and all that. But
of course, yeah. And then familiar, like, again, as we said, we're not going to keep on about it, but like if it's a track like that somebody has access to and they know the track and they know the conditions, it must be very, very difficult for you going to some of these tracks, never seen it before, never, do you know what I mean? Versus maybe somebody that's done it 10 times.
yeah, there was a track there over the year, and one of the people that was racing were riding it all week, and I wasn't too happy about it, and we're like, right, I'm gonna go out here. It's all in my head, like it's like I'm not gonna do well. But then like I ended up winning, but I was like, do you know what, like it's so hard. Like if you know the track, it's so good, but then you don't know. It's like, oh, you're going into it, you're like, I don't know where this is, don't know where that is. But like you kind of like, if you look up and just like, if you focus and you see parts, like you'd go well. Like you just have to use your head and be smart. Like
you need to suppose kind of be able to read the terrain.
It's sort of like us when we're out on the road bikes, like, and we're down some part of the country and we're not used to the roads. Same thing, just you have to.
Yeah, but we'd just go handy.
Yes, we do. Allegedly. You know what I mean?
Any insurance companies listen to this? No, yeah, but no, I do. Yeah, you're right. I know the comparison you're
No,
making.
but
Yeah,
you
it's
know what I
true.
mean? So
Yeah,
I can
no, it is.
understand where she's coming from.
You obviously build up a skill level that you can kind of read the terrain.
Yeah.
To some extent, I suppose, of what you're going to do.
Yeah, it's all about like kind of using your head, being like, so like you'd have easy and hard lines, and you're like, you'd be looking at the hard line, and like I want to hit one of the hard lines last weekend gone, but Dad's like, give it a few laps, and if people are getting up, hit it, but don't waste a lot of energy, a lot of time. Like you like might save like 10 seconds doing the hard line, but if you fall, you're wasting energy. You might be wasting 2 minutes. You might break something.
Okay.
And it's just like you kind of do be needing to think like, right, if I hit it, what am I saving? Can I make that time up somewhere else? Is it worth the risk?
Okay, so obviously, yeah, but like you have to make these decisions fairly quick, I presume. Like when you're yeah, that's a whole other side
But
of it too, I
then you
suppose.
see, the way she's talking is the same with the road racers.
Oh yeah,
They have to pick their corners, and know
Their
where,
lane.
and know where they can gain. And
Yeah,
where they're going to
absolutely.
lose, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
So
racing.
it's much and much.
Yeah.
Like, sure, when we're out as well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but
only,
like we're
you know.
not we're not under an official time. Do you know what I mean? We're just
Oh,
trying
yes, we are. Allegedly.
Oh my God, he's getting bold now.
What?
Yeah, and then just when you were saying that there, so you were saying you at one stage was it on the last track that you kind of took a wrong turn.
I was in Scotland. Yeah,
In
we were
Scotland.
coming down. I was riding with one of the fellas over there, Lewis Kennedy, and he was behind me. And I went down, we dropped down, and I was kind of looking. I was like, this doesn't look like the right part. And I looked back, and the track. I looked back, and the track was literally to the left of me. I was like, I'm so lucky I stopped there, because if we didn't, we would have been gone down the road. We would have been lost in the mountains. Like, but
Jesus, yeah, this is mad stuff. So, is there ever a fear? Because again, Eric Dalton said on some of the stuff that he's doing. Is there ever a fear that if you go and take a wrong turn and you realize you're going the wrong way, when you come back on yourself, is there ever a fear you're going to come around the corner and run into someone?
like you wouldn't like in forest. Like you'd either, if I thought I was going the wrong way, I'd pull over and stop the bike, see if I could hear other bikes, and if I could hear them or even see like a few lines, I'd be like, right, it's okay. But like if you're coming back through forest, you can kind of see in between the trees, and we'd have lights on the bikes. Like you wouldn't be going too hard if you're going the wrong way. Like everyone's kind of takes it handy. Like you're not
Okay.
like sometimes like yeah, there is a fear like you run into someone, but like it's
not something that happens too often, I suppose.
no, like it maybe if you fall, like the weekend just gone, there was a few whoops and then like a jump, and I don't know what I did, but I got some crash off it, and nobody could see over the jump. So I came off, I got the bike up, I went to get onto it, and my leg was that sort. It just gave in. Like I was screaming, I was like, "Oh my God!" And Pavel, one of the fellas, stopped with me, lifted me up, and then all these other riders coming flat down, sure, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" And it's like, "Oh, it's so close for me to get hit right now."
Yeah, that's
It is.
fucking that's scary.
Yeah.
That is scary, and you do see that. Especially, well, even in motocross, you do see that where a lad comes down, and the next lad's over on top of him, and on what you're doing, how you don't all obviously head off together. Is it timed intervals?
The one I just did the weekend, a pro ride, it depends on like if it's hare and hound or enduro. But if it's a time card, there's 3 off like every minute. So like there might be 3 off. Like the experts will go first at like 10:01 or 10:02, and then the vets, and then etc. etc. So then at pro ride, you're all the youth in the AM race. All the youths are let off. Then the vets, and then the sportsmen, I think. So we all go off, and I think they give it like a minute or something or to whatever corner. So like you are kind of going off in a big enough pack, but they try to do their best at keeping the traffic out, and like try let youths go first just so they don't get stuck, or adults aren't like coming up behind them. But no, it's good. Like the time cards are good. Like there's only 3 going off at like 1 minute. So like there's no like big like work up to it. It's just like nice and steady going off. But the other ones, like you're going in, like everyone's going like second gear or whatever it is, like pinned into one corner. It's just like it's crazy. Like.
Yeah. It's the truth. Yeah. It's like
one falls. There's a few going.
sure, 100%. It's like with the motocross. I'm sure you've been to motocross. You see motocross racing, and when the gate drops, and just man, it's funny. Like I remember the first one we ever done, and there was 4 or 5 of us on. It was our first ever race. Absolute. Didn't know whether I was going to puke, pee myself. I was in up to 90. But like that, you were waiting, you get the 10-second board and 5-second board, and then once that's dropped, and then you're just looking at this gate, and the minute the gate drops, you have 40 bikes heading for a tiny little gap all at one time. Ah man, it's some buzz. It's a savage adrenaline.
Yeah, like even the ones at Pro Ed, like you'd be going down, like you might see, I remember the one just gone, I got a good start. I was out first between the ladies and the junior. You'd see they left the youths off first because they had whole shot or whatever. And I went into the corner. I was like, why did I have to go in first? I don't know what's across this track. I go into it, back wheel all slips out, turn the corner. And I'm like, oh my God, I wish I didn't go first. Because you're like, everyone's coming behind you. You can hear everyone. And it's just like, oh, it's like,
Pressure.
you don't know where you're going. You're like, oh, pressure. And then arm pump hit me in the first lap, in the second lap. Third lap, I came flying off. And then my last few laps, you get into a rhythm. Like after like the really quick boys go by, like you get into a rhythm. And that's when you start riding good.
Yeah, but I think as well, sometimes it's nicer. It's better to be chasing someone. Well, I suppose I never had any. I was never up front, but I always found it's like if you have somebody up in front of you, it's kind of the determination. Do you know, when you see them coming into a bend and, you know, by the second lap, you know, you're catching up on them, or you know, I'm quicker in there. I know I can get in there quicker than that person, you know, and it gives you something to spur on. That was my philosophy. That's why I decided never to win a race. Do you know what I mean? I just rather. There's no one believing that this time.
Oh, good Jesus.
No. But no. And come here, is it something like what would be the next step for Holly Dennis? What's the plan going for? Because you're only 15 at the end of the day. Like that's something we can't forget. You're only 15 years of age.
Yeah, like my goal is to do it for a living. Maybe be world champion one day. My big dream. Like hopefully maybe I get there, but it'd be the big picture, do it for a living.
Yeah. But Jesus, look at you. You have the talent. You have youth behind you. You've got some fantastic parents. In fairness, spurring you on. Do you know what I mean? So like the recipe is there. You could be the K.E. Taylor of Enduro riding. How good would that be?
Oh, it's always been a dream of mine, just like to do that. And maybe like next year I want to go over to England. I want to do some hard enduro rounds. Maybe the SACU funds permitted, like obviously, and maybe a world round. Like hopefully, fingers crossed. And I just want to go there. Like,
geez, that'd be absolutely unbelievable. There's a lot of that, like with the world endurers and stuff. Is it literally worldwide, or is it? Do you know what I mean? Would a lot of it be in Europe, or is it? Could you be anywhere?
A lot of the really, really good riders, they come from England, like Billy Bolt and Mitch Brightmore coming up, like they're from England. So if you go to England, like you're riding with one of the best, and then like there's people coming from all over the world, like Germany and just everywhere, like Turkey, and like they have all the places to go riding. So like they are spoiled, like I think they're spoiled with choice, since it's like I don't know where I'm going to be like going this weekend, but.
It's sad. You know what I mean? It is. There's no point any different. Yeah, but Jesus, I tell you, you've got all the right mixture to give it a go. Obviously, you rely heavily on sponsorship, as does I suppose a lot of people in this sport and stuff. So, who have you got your sponsors? I know we've got one mutual sponsor, Terence Healy. He hasn't a shilling left with the whole office, but anyway, he'd be all right, I think, will he?
So this year I got a title sponsor, New Line Structures. I am absolutely over the moon with them. I also have Clonmel Off-Road, On the Pipe, On the Podium, Dalton Motorcycle Training, JT Renewables, Clarecut Marketing, Dunleer, Support the Sport, Keith Open Road, Street Sweep, Classic Sprinklers Limited, Jonathan Files, Roadrunner Autos, Quinn Motorcycles, Shed for Bikers, Terence Healy.
Be the Lord, yes. But you've room for a few more now. I remember we could get every little helps like Tesco's, do you know what I mean? But Jesus, give a big shout out to all your sponsors, so on. Yeah. We'll give them a big shout out to everyone too, for getting behind you and stuff there, because without them, it isn't financially viable, and to be fair, it isn't but
sure, like none of the sports, like you see it there, even for, like we done a sponsor run there for Kevin Keys. Mm-hmm. Like he needs sponsors as well for him to live his dream and do what he's good at.
Yeah.
Same with Holly there.
Yeah, 100%.
Holly, she's probably one of the best of the girls in this country at that crack.
Yeah. But if you're a company, like if I was a company now, if I had a company, I was thinking to myself, I want to give somebody a shot, sponsor somebody.
But that's what
you're thinking, you're thinking I could, wouldn't it be great to say I sponsored Holly Dennis, and in years to come, she's a world Enduro champion? Yeah. Wouldn't that be class?
Yeah.
I think that'd be fucking class. I'd like to see that now, yeah. If I had money, I'd sponsor myself, but I don't. Two things I don't have is looks and money, unfortunately. I really got the short end of the stick, didn't I? I did. Well, you got the shorter end, but anyway. So it's wrapping up. It's gone to the quieter time of year now. So what is the kind of plan? Do you just like chill this time of year, or what's the story?
Train. Like we're gonna hopefully maybe be practicing every weekend. Maybe have like 1 or 2 weekends off, but if it was down to me, I'd be out every day. Like,
Would you? Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you
yeah.
tell your school teacher the cha said whatever day you want off, you take it off.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Simple
yeah,
as.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
And not have me to go up and say to them, by Jesus, I tell you, huh?
The child put manners on them.
I tell ya.
Where have you got somewhere local enough that you can go out and do a bit of training?
We have a small quarry down the road, but like if we want to go like riding different terrains and all, like we'd have to go for like we have to go all the way up north. But like a few people do go out up the mountains, but it's not worth getting caught. Like I'd
No.
love to do it, but it's like if we get caught, there's like
I know.
that point. Like there's so many places. We had a round of the hard Enduro, I think, at the start of the season. I think it was Granite Garden, and I did that, and we did it was the youths out for an hour and a half, and you want to see the lap that we got in, and it's like, oh my god, if we had this every weekend, we'd be like, it's such a shame that like we're all missing out on it. There's so many youths coming up, and it's like if they got the opportunities, it's like all of them already, like Jordan Scott, all Reese Gazzard, all these, if they had the opportunities of everyone else, like they would be like up with the rest. It's just such a shame.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. Look, it is. As I say, look at it. Genuinely, all things considered, all things going well. I think we have, as I say, as we mentioned earlier on, we might be going the right way with motorcycle racing and stuff next year with the help of God, the right people get in. And
Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully, and
yes.
as we said, it's the likes of yourself, and your generation, that if we don't look after you, and if we don't get you back racing and get you the facilities and stuff that you need, it's never going to go anywhere, because that is the most important ingredient to the success of any sport, is to get the youth involved. That's at the end
Absolutely.
of the day, that's what has to be done. So do you have to do a lot of gym work and stuff as well, or is it mostly trying to be bike fit?
I try to do the gym a bit, but like it's just kind of like I'd be doing school work and all that, and it's like, right, either go out on the bike or go to the gym, and I'd obviously choose the bike. But no, I try to do a bit now, but it's kind of just to like, if I got injured, at least I'd be able to like come back like quicker. But I'll try to do a bit, but it's just kind of like I want to go out on the bike.
Yeah. We'll be all the same.
Every one of us was the same.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And come here, not so obviously as well, aside from the fact that obviously the talent you have, but like is there many females get into sport? Is it predominantly male, or are you seeing? Is there many girls your age doing it, or?
There's two other girls that race with me, but there's not many. It is more so men, but like it is good. Like we race with the men, and I used to, for the last 2 years, I was the only girl, so I got racing with the lads, and I kind of like, not in a mean way, I kind of rather ride with the lads because there's more people to battle with, and you're like, right, push on for the next person, or there's people that were passing me, and like now it's like, right, try past them, and it's just like, even dad, like trying to catch dad, it's just like, you always need someone, like you need to ride with people better than you to get to next level. Like we ride with the girls, but then like it's just like there's so many more lads you can chase. It's just kind of like
yeah, for sure, yeah, 100%, yeah. No, fair enough. Yeah, I often wondered, like you would see it probably in a lot of sports, but an awful lot of sports, probably a lot of it motorcycling and motorsport in general, it has usually a lot of it been male dominated. Same as with actual just motorcycle riding. Like we've since we started the podcast, and we've certainly
the
noticed
amount of women that's coming on board.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Sure, Jizz, brilliant.
Absolutely,
Absolutely brilliant.
Sure, I even said it to my wife. I said, well, Jizz, babe, any chance you getting your own bike? Like,
No, I know. I like me peace and quiet now. No. Not how dig at Sylvia now, but no, you have to have a lads' weekend, you know what I mean? And the last thing you want to be doing is...
Oh, yeah, but should let them off on a women's weekend. Like, I mean, yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, talking about, I think we mentioned earlier on, so you've recently passed your theory test.
Yeah.
That's your AM category? I think it's AM category, yeah. Okay. So what's the story? Have we got a motorbike coming for the roads next year, maybe for going in and out of school, or?
I'd like to get a bike for the roads, but it's just so dangerous.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to risk falling off on the road and then not being able to ride Enduro. Like if I was off from the road, I'd be livid if I was sitting in bed being like, it's not even from Enduro.
Yeah.
Like, like it's...
Yeah, I getcha.
No, I'd like to, but then there is like, will I wait for a car or get a van so I could go racing and bring the bike with me?
Okay.
Like I was going to, and mum and dad are totally behind me, but I was like, you know what, I might just might just hold off and wait for a car just because it's safer. Like,
Yeah. I just can't believe, like, you're 15 years old. You have your head so well screwed on.
Absolutely,
Like, we
yeah.
were egots when we were 15. You know,
Yeah,
especially
right,
you
we
now,
were.
to be fair. But we weren't. Like, you know what I mean? You have so, like, if he was 15 and someone said to me, here, do you want a bike? I wouldn't even think about that. I'd be like, yeah, 100%. But you're very, very level-headed. You have a good head in your shoulders, like, you know. So I genuinely do believe, Holly, if you put your mind down to it, which you obviously are, I think the sky's the limit, to be fair, you know.
yeah, like hopefully, like now I do have a good few people behind me, and it is coming to the point. It's like, right, for me to go next level, or for anyone, it's like it's money.
Yeah.
Like mom and dad, like I know mom would sell the house if it meant for me going to ride bikes, but it's just like even all the people like Ryan Villapoto, his dad sold his whole business for him to go next level.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've seen it in other aspects, like Alex Dunn. I know, Alex Dunn, who's raced on the Formula 2. They pretty much gave up everything. Jack Miller, have you ever heard the story of Jack Miller? They sold their whole farm, moved the whole thing, lived in a caravan in Europe just so he could go racing. You know what I mean? But I do understand it's just the financial pressures and stuff. So I'm sure you'd really love a bit of backing and maybe a bit of sponsorship or some events or something to be organised. That'd be fantastic. Yeah.
yeah, Mead Bike Meets and Devil's Disciple and the Tarbs, they did a few bike runs for me, and it really helps. Like, it's like every little bit helps. Like, fivers here, fivers there. It pays for my petrol. Like, it pays for maybe like bit of the entry, bit of like the diesel, and so it's like it takes so much pressure off, because like you'd be going to race and it's like, right, food, petrol, entries, then like getting there if you need parts. It's like dad's there tapping the card, and I'm like, God, I wish I could help. Like, he keeps going, and I'm like,
I know where she's coming from.
It's the truth, no, absolutely. Like ferries and all that, it's all expensive. Like, and to be fair, it all adds up.
Money.
Like, But then, to be fair, you do a good bit of charity work yourself. You help out with a couple of very worthy causes as well, which is great. You just like to give back as well. What's a couple of the stuff you've been working on?
So we helped with the cows, the largest ride out this season. We did I think it was for Dad's Cycle for Charity. We helped with that. We did cows again for the girls going to Disneyland Paris.
Oh yeah,
we helped with them, and then we did what Stacey from Support the Sport. She did I think it was the ride out for the bikes going to the Manx. So we helped with that.
That was in Slane. Was that in Slane? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I wanted to go, but then the date got moved and I was working, so I was like, I need to pay for the bikes here. So I unfortunately missed it, but Mom and Dad, everyone still went down, but I was away like working the parts I broke the weekend. But anyway, and we're gonna do Zach's toy run again this year. We did it last year. We got like a good help from people that I race with, so we're going to do it again this year. It's on the 6th of December. We're taking all new toy donations, and we're going to Our Lady of Lourdes Florida's Children's Ward, then on to Temple Street Children's Hospital. We're going from 10 o'clock from Smith's in Navan, I think.
I think it could be 11.
11.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. It's one or the other.
Yeah,
It's online.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Look, half 10.
Be there for 10, and if you go at 10 grand, if not, you're waiting around for an hour. No big deal.
Yeah, so we're gonna go there and we're gonna do that. It was a really good ride out last year. It's for all the 6 children over Christmas. Just put like a smile on their face. Like, it's really.
Yeah. Jeez, that's why we're going to get involved in that this year, which is 100% definitely. You know what I mean? There's nothing nicer, you know, at Christmas especially, and when you hear of tie runs and stuff, there's nothing better to to put a smile on a kid's face. You know what I mean?
Well, like, I mean, you went with Children's Hospital boys.
I know.
They have follow your chest.
It would, man, 100%. You think things are hard, and like, my God.
And you see a child.
Yeah, I know.
And the hardest thing, I know when you look at an elderly person or whatever, okay, yeah. But when you see a child.
I know.
That's a different ball game, you know?
It is, yeah, absolutely. I know. So, yeah, look, we'll definitely 100%. You have the backing of us for that, and we'll help out there any way we can, and we'll keep pushing it and keep advertising it for you. Absolutely,
keep in contact with us, let us know what's the story like.
Yeah, if we take new toy donations, obviously you can PM Holly's racing page, and obviously we'll give you the address to send the toys to, but likewise not everybody can does want to send toys that way, so you can again PM us and we'll give you the details of the Revolut, and then we'll buy the toys that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, for sure. It
was just phenomenal last year. We weren't expecting it. Like, the whole of the upstairs was just full of new toys, and to give something back, which is, something that, obviously is only good, but it was just amazing,
Yeah, but it's great. Look, we've always said that we always champion here with the motorcycling community as well. there's nobody quicker in the world to put their hand in their pocket than people are into motorcycling, because they know how hard it is. Do you know what I mean, to get yourself going, and but they are always the first to put the hand in the pocket, and it's a credit. They all deserve a pat on the back.
Ah, absolutely, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, well, geez, that's great. Well, definitely, we're going to get involved in that for sure. Debbie, I have to ask you the question now as well. What does the blood pressure be like? Do you get very nervous now when you see Holly heading off racing?
Well, I think
like, you don't have one grey hair. You're looking incredibly youthful. Do you know what I mean? So what's the key?
It's just died. Yeah, I think my nickname is Mad Mary because they would sort of see me at the side of the track, and I kind of, not superstitious, but sort of I kind of position myself in a way that I see her obviously coming on the first lap, and then I was like, okay, so I kind of know she's riding with, and then if I can't see her, I'm like, oh no, okay, she's overdue. Where is she? And so the joking is, if I had a blood pressure machine on, I'd say I'd blow it up.
Yeah, you're better off. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life,
But no, we're absolutely 200% behind her. The whole time, and we're always there. We never push her on. If anything, I'm at the side of the track, and she'll tell you, she sees me and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Slow down."
Yeah.
You get a red ear. What do you think you were doing out there? That's unbelievable. Yeah. Have you got brothers and sisters, or?
Yeah, I have an older sister and I have a younger sister.
Oh, are they into the bikes today? Are they biking at all? No.
Not at all.
No interest whatsoever.
No, both of them have ponies. So.
Okay, yeah, you do a bit of work with ponies and stuff.
Wow. And the horses.
Yeah, I have the same problem. My house, my two kids, like the little one is pony mad. He's dirt bike mad. Two of the most expensive hobbies you could have. Do you know what I mean? Tried them at football and hurling and dancing, and didn't want to know anything about it. So I really feel for you. It's not easy. So what are you in fifth year, third year?
Yeah, I didn't do transition year. I went straight to fifth.
Fifth year, yeah, proper job.
My daughter's gone the same. That leaving set applied, is it? Is that what it's called?
No, you can do LCA. Grace is doing LCA, or you can do the other, the normal, whatever one it is. Yeah. And what do you say? You work part time as well?
Sometimes I'd go working, but like it's kind of like I want to get a part time job, but it's like I need to race the weekends. And I got lucky over the summer. A woman we knew, she like let me go work, and she's like, if you're racing, there's no pressure. Like you go racing, but it's like I wish I could get a job, but it's like I need to be out on the bike. Yeah, for sure. I know you can't have it everywhere. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And is there something aside from, like, say, leaving certain stuff is coming up now next year? Next year, am I right in saying that? Yeah. Well, sorry, no, in the year after. Have you anything kind of that you'd like work wise even to start looking into, or is it just not racing? That's it. Racing.
That is the way to do it.
Yeah.
That is the way to do it.
It's like even teachers asking me like, why did you not do TY? And I was like, I want to go race some bikes. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, I want to race bikes. Like that's what I want to do. They're like, what do you want to do when you leave? I go, race bikes. And they're like, I think you need to go to the guidance counsellor. And I'm kind of looking, and I'm like, well, you're not changing my mind. That's what I want to do.
They're just trying to, what I mean, that's old teachers' fee, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I think if to be an accountant or something. No, don't mind that. Don't listen. If you can learn one thing on this podcast,
follow your own heart.
Yeah, if we can teach anybody one thing, do not listen to your teachers.
No.
Okay.
No.
Do your own thing. Okay. I never listened, and look how I turned out.
Yeah, but they're trying to just program your head. You see, they're like the government.
Yeah, 110%. Yeah,
trying to
you
program your
follow
head.
your dreams.
You follow your dreams. Don't mind any of them.
100%. Debbie, do you agree?
Oh yeah, I absolutely. And it is. That's what I keep saying to Holly. But I just said to her, you always need your maths and your English. I suppose that's my mum and dad and me. Tom, you always need something to fall back on. But I mean, it would just be a dream come true if, obviously she did eventually get, riding professionally for a team or whatever. And, I'm hoping that that's what she wants to do. So, hopefully it'll turn out, Yeah,
100%. Well, we're all rooting for you. Keep doing what you're doing. You definitely, as I say, you've got the dedication, you've got the head screwed on, you've got the talent, you have got some great backing. Obviously, if we can get some more, all would be hugely appreciated just to get you to the next step and stuff. So, don't forget us now when you get, famous, okay? You'll have to come back on the podcast and, let us know how you're going, won't you?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Just a few big sponsors out there now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, definitely. Look at, as I said earlier on, would imagine be class in years to come. Jess, I sponsored her.
Yeah.
Man, now look at her. That'll be class,
Oh, yeah. It was just like every year, like for everything. It's like every day, like you're just looking. It's like I want to race bikes. Like wake up, it's like right, I'll go to school just because if I don't go to school, I won't be riding the bike. It's just like it's one of the big bribes. Like it's just like if you don't quit, you're not riding the bike. And I'm like, right, better get it done then.
That's gas. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
yeah.
that's gas. Yeah, no, you're on the right road.
And you're in school
110%.
all day going,
Daydreaming about bike, like
I wish I was home with bike.
like what is a normal? I shouldn't say it, I don't mean a normal, but what is your average 15-year-old girl like? What is it now? TikTok and
yeah, well,
I don't know.
my daughter's 16. She turned 16 last month. And, she's not into the bikes now.
No.
She's more into this
TikTok.
makeup and
Oh yeah, all that how
TikTok.
jazz.
You know, all this
Yeah.
buying the dresses and all this
I
sort
know,
of crap,
yeah.
you know.
No, imagine how many chains and rims you can get for dresses. Who? Not overrated.
Where Kieran's the opposite now. Kieran's like his
Kieran
dad.
loves buying dresses. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah.
He
Okay,
loves,
yeah.
He's into the bikes and that's it. you know.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Listen, I'm not going to hold you up any longer. I really appreciate both of you coming on.
Absolutely.
We wish you nothing only the best for the future. I'm genuinely looking forward. I'm going to be, keeping an eye on things now for 2026. I want to see how you're getting on. We're all going to be following you, and yeah.
And if there's any businessmen out there listening to the podcast and you feel you want to, be able to get rid of a few pence, feel free to
Hit
contact
up Holly Dennis Racing on Facebook and Instagram. He's on Instagram? Yeah, you're on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Check out Holly Dennis Racing on Facebook and Instagram, and you'll be chatting to Debbie. Is the powers to be behind that? So yeah, Debbie'll make it all happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounding up.
Sounding
Listen,
enough.
we're going to wrap it up for episode 56. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah,
for having us on. Yeah,
Lovely
thanks a
having
million.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, we're very, very welcome. And as I said, don't forget us now when you get big and famous. all
Oh
right.
no, I wouldn't.
You'll have
We got
you'll have
brownies
to
as well.
come
Did you know that?
Oh.
Holly brought us down brownies.
down. Sure, we'll have one in a minute.
No, you're a diabetic.
Doesn't matter. I'll
Win
have
some,
one.
you lose some, brother. And t-shirts and all that. So we can't. We're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna take into some brownies. All right,
Yeah.
folks. Thanks very much for listening. I hope you all enjoyed that one. And again, if there's anybody that wants to jump on as a sponsor for Holly Dennis Racing, or wants to get in touch with her, or if there's anything we can help out with, anything we discussed in the podcast tonight, get in contact with us, and we'll make it all happen.
Yeah. And as you
He
heard,
always does this. I'm trying to wrap it up. Come on.
as the people heard, we were talking about the ties.
Yeah, for sure.
So if anyone has ties or want to donate a couple of pence, hop on to Clonagale MCC official and
We'll put up the link for the Zach's Tyrone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Over and out, so folks, for episode 56, and we'll talk to you all next week for episode 57.
are you sure, Brent?
We will. Good luck.
Will you be here?
Good luck.